Welcome back to another video of Footy Nuffies.
Yeah, we've had some genuine technical difficulties here, haven't we, over the last 24 hours. So this will be the final take, and let's hope it works. Hey, if you haven't already, though, please like and subscribe to the channel. Share it with your family and friends. That would be a really big help. Comment if you can as well. Leave us a question. And if they need to find us elsewhere, Ash?
TikTok, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Instagram.
That's it. So we do some short form stuff as well over on TikTok and Instagram. But if you prefer to listen rather than watch, if you're running, walking, catching the train, driving the car, please jump onto our podcast. It's just the same episode, but we whack it on the podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Just really quickly, just want to spend a moment just to send our condolences to the Selwood family with the passing of Adam over the weekend. Really important that you're checking in on your mates, your friends, siblings, parents, everyone, work colleagues, making sure that they're okay. And, for us as well as individuals to make sure you speak up. And if you're not 100%, you find someone to have a chat to and express your feelings, because mental health is really important. So our condolences to the Selwood family. Obviously, there's a big connection with Selwoods at the Geelong Pussycats with Joel, and then Scott played some footy there, and I think Troy as well played in a reserves flag. He captained reserves flags in the VFL. So, to Adam and the family, sending our condolences. That being said, let's get into this week's episode, Ash, which we've tried to film a few times now, and with our technical difficulties, we hope this might be the last one, but we'll see. In the news, mate, I'll kick us off. Elliot Himmelberg over at the Giants, maybe a lesser-known name, but he's done his ACL in the VFL, which is horrible news.
Came from the Adelaide Crows.
He did, yeah. He's like a key defender, key forward, but
He
really
forward
hit his strides, yeah. But his brother's there. Is it Harry Himmelberg? He's at the Giants.
Yeah,
he's going okay, but Elliot's, I think he signed up until
2027.
Yeah. So hopefully he gets his body right and he can get back out on the park and get some continuity into his footy as well. That'd be good to see. You never want to see blokes injured. Next, mate. Pressing on.
Yeah, Bailey Smith with a light session.
Light session, yeah. So that was Monday or Tuesday. And then I think it was, who's Nuna's mate that she likes? Maguire, Xander. You know the
Eddie.
commentator? Yeah, well, Eddie's the dad, but Xander, because Nuna, if you're watching, and I bet you are, she thinks he's well-educated, Xander, isn't he? That's what she tells us. Well, Xander's put out a tweet there. It was yesterday. He tweeted that, Bailey Smith's had an indoor session. He gets trained away from the main group, and there was a bit of concern that perhaps he wouldn't be playing, and just a bit of a media build-up, which they're really getting around this game, which is awesome. The Dogs and Cats on Thursday night, but Chris Scott's come out in his press conference today and said he will be playing. He will be fine. It's just modified training plans and schedules for individuals, depending on their loads, and so that's good to know, because I think Libber and
Troll?
Troll's not playing, but Libber and Smith in the first centre bounce tomorrow night is going to be electric. I reckon there could be a bit of a argy-bargy, bit of back and forth, but
if Smith declines, it's going to be...
he'll be up and about. The crowd will be up and about. Yeah, it's going to be a top-heavy Cats crowd. We know that. Everyone's going to be coming out of the woodworks. It's going to be fresh. It's going to be cold.
But there'll be a fair bit of Dog supporters there, because they're Melbourne-based.
They're not that far away. They're not that far away at all. Anyway, love the media hype around this game. It's been building for a few weeks now. It's awesome. It's going to be great. Hopefully the Pussycats can win. We might talk about that later, but dream time at the G.
Yeah,
Friday night. So I really don't know who I've got tipped to win that one.
Yeah, but is that on free to air?
It is. Yep, it is Friday night, which is good. Usually I reckon they play that game on a Saturday night. I wonder if they've changed the schedule because of no free to air games on Saturday. You know how we spoke about that a few weeks ago? I wonder if this is now on a Friday because of that. I'm not sure, but it's going to be... Noah Bolter will not be playing. He's going to be at home, curfew. Now, I suppose he can still be awake, can't he, after 10 o'clock, but he has to be home by 10 o'clock, so he could play till half time.
Yeah, just...
Get a taxi home or an Uber home.
Another former bench or something
Well, he could be a tactical sub.
Yeah.
But there was a rumour as well that there might not be any, or Essendon might not field an Indigenous player for the first time in the Dreamtime game since its inception, which would be interesting. They've always had quite a lot of talented Indigenous footballers there.
It's like an Aboriginal game, isn't it?
It is. Well, it's paying our respects
because Aboriginal people
and really
made
highlighting the talent.
Like the game.
Yeah, well,
when they play.
Yeah.
Just a ball.
Now you had didn't you have a little joke there about the Dream and Essendon?
Yeah. So Essendon played at Marvel, and it wasn't at the MCG, but it wasn't a dream. It was a nightmare.
It was a nightmare. That was last week against the Dogs.
Yeah, it was a dream. It was a nightmare at Marvel.
Nightmare at Marvel. Not Nightmare on Elm Street. Nightmare at Marvel. Elm Street, you wouldn't recognise.
Adam Street.
No, not Adam. No. It was a movie back in 80s, 90s. I'm not sure. Anyway, yes. So as she said, it was not a dream last week. It was a nightmare for the Bombers. And actually, I have to try and edit in a photo that my nephew, or your cousin Harry, shout out to Has, sent across to me or to us. It was the Essendon logo, and instead of having, it usually has Essendon at the top of it, and then the bomber underneath it, but it had season done. Yeah, very funny, very very funny. I do enjoy that. So well done, Has.
Hamstrings galore.
Hamstrings galore. Yeah, gosh, Saturday afternoon was not the day to be playing footy in Adelaide, was it? No. Cold, wet. Dangerfield pop one, Horn Francis pop one, Bowes pop one, and then I think there might have been another one there for Port Adelaide and another team as well. Yeah, they had a hip. My gosh, it was like a war of attrition on Saturday afternoon. But anyway, luckily for us as Cats supporters, Dangers has been considered a mild hamstring strain, so 1 to 2 weeks.
But instead, the Cats still smashed them by.
Yeah, poor old Power. We're going to talk about them shortly because
and we should talk about Jezza too.
Mighty Jezza, yeah, he was good. Hey, we'll keep pressing though because we will. I don't know if we're going to highlight the Cats today, but yeah, no. So Jezza, very good. 7. Thanks for coming. He says more than a handful. More than a handful. Beveridge has confirmed some pretty significant injury news there.
Waitman season over.
Awful news for the Doggies lovers.
Yeah,
and
true.
for Waitman.
True. They have Darcy,
Waitman,
Hagen,
Hagen.
They would easily go straight into the top 22.
Absolutely, they're guns.
Yeah, but then they're still smashing people by
even without them,
50 points.
Yeah, it's pretty frightening, isn't it? They're a quality outfit. Liam Jones, is it as well, the defender?
Yeah.
Is he not playing at the moment?
Or? Don't know, but Buku is.
Buku, yeah, but they've been sending him down forward, which is interesting. Remember last year he killed Hawkins and Cameron over at Adelaide Oval.
But we still won, but yeah.
Still hung on, but no, horrible news there for Waitman and for the Doggies faithful. You don't want to see guns like that missing out. I think it's a knee patella issue. Yeah, really sad. But last one there, mate.
Marty,
old, he's got those like dreadlock sort of braid things or whatever they are. Real gangster. I think he's turned into a bit of a gangster. He's laid that really late bump on his opponent there, and he's been rubbed out for 3 weeks. So, old gangster Amati.
Yeah.
Well. We talked about that one. Under the pump, mate. Who's under the pump? Who's first there?
Essendon.
Oh well, yeah, they're in big trouble. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not going to put a line through them just yet, but I'm just about ready to put a line through them. They, played against perhaps what you might suggest is an undermanned Sydney side a couple of weeks ago. They won that on Marvel.
When they played Melbourne, but weren't in good form.
Got Melbourne when they were down. But, they, against the Doggies, a quality outfit, a side that's probably going to finish top 4 or top 6. They got absolutely trounced. And Essendon have injuries. They've got injury list a mile long. Do not deny that, but unfortunately, it feels like, Harry sent that photo across that had the season done on it. It feels like, 7,000 odd days of missing or not having a finals win. It feels like it might extend to, another 365 days. Yeah. Push it closer to 7,500. And even beyond that. Gosh,
could go to 8,000.
It could be another couple of years until they actually win a final. Yeah, they could make a final next year.
But not win it.
So, anyway, it's They're under the pump, poor buggers. The Giants, they're genuine. That's probably a bit stiff. Might be controversial.
But they're actually becoming hit and miss.
They are, aren't they? Like, they did an incredible number on Geelong down in Kardinia Park, and they were missing players when they did that. But then they go back home, and they got players back. They had Jones come back into the side.
Callahan did
he injured himself, yeah, but that was in the second half, I think. But they got done to Fremantle, who's been genuine hit and miss operators this year. Oh, I can't believe it. But anyway, controversial. They've got a bit of an interesting run though. They got the Blues down here at Marvel, which that's probably anyone's game. I think the bookmakers might be suggesting the Blues are favourites, but you know. And then who else have they got? The Tigers at home.
Probably not.
Power at home. Lions away. Suns at home. What are they? They're 5-5. Yeah, so that could be like a 7 and 8 or something. I suppose that's
8
not.
and 7.
Yeah, they could still come back from that. It's just, yeah, it's not. They're not. No, not gelling. But it was 2023 when they just come out of nowhere. They won like 12 in a row and they turned their season around. So
they just lost by a point.
Maybe they could do that again. Who's next there, mate? This one is not controversial. This next Saints. I'm going to say it, and it's probably not. Look, we are blessed and have been blessed to support Geelong over. I'm 35. They've always been thereabouts. I think their lowest finishing position was 12th, but the Saints.
2023.
2023, yeah, 2015. I think they might have been 9th or 10th,
we've got the wooden spoon before though.
Yeah, not since like the 1950s or something though. Long time since we last got the wooden spoon.
Yeah, but we our nickname in the 1950s was the Black Cat.
Yeah, we got our nickname after a black cat or something, and then it eventually became just the Cats. But no, what I'm saying, we've been blessed to support this team. Very lucky. Thanks, Dad, and then probably thanks, Pop, beyond that to steer us to Geelong. Yeah, like we lost a lot of flags in the 90s and whatever, but the Saints, they've genuinely been irrelevant for so long. Like 04 to 2011, a pretty solid side, probably unlucky a couple of times there.
Yeah, like Geelong was. What else?
Yeah, and I suppose they lost 97. They were unlucky there. Jarman kicked 5 in the last or something, but yeah, that's it. 4 and 6. What's their run? Their runs.
Saints are disappointing.
Suns, D's, Dogs, Pies.
So Suns home, D's in Alice Springs, Dogs home,
and Pies at the G. They could literally be 4 and 10.
Probably.
They could win this one. I don't know.
They could beat the D's and then they
Saints fans, if I've offended you, I'm sorry. But honestly.
But imagine 4 and 10 though.
4 and 10, season done. Done. Yeah, absolutely. And the last one, mate. This may be controversial, but I'm doing it. Season over. What do you reckon? Agree, disagree?
Don't
know yet. Oh, mate, they were pathetic on the weekend. A couple of injuries, but
the other opposition had a couple of injuries too.
The next run, Freo away. I suspect Freo's back to some form, so they probably, Freo will knock them off. Giants at home, but I suspect Giants will get them. D's will
4 and 8.
Maybe get them. Swans away or home, is it? Might be home, but I don't know, mate. I reckon they're done.
They could be 6 and 8.
Yeah, at best. I reckon it might be 5 and 9 or
at best, yeah.
Could even be 4 and 10.
10.
Same as I say. Dead set, mate. I reckon if I'm Butters, I'm going.
Why?
I'm going elsewhere. Chase success. He's still going to get good cash wherever he goes. He'll make plenty of money. I'm chasing success. They're not playing finals in the next couple of years. Or if if they play finals in the next few years, they ain't winning a granny. I'm worried about them. I am really worried about Power. And the other thing there, just the last thing to say on the Power is Kenny.
Yeah.
If
Josh Carr.
If the finals are done at the halfway point of the year,
move Carr in and.
Yeah, absolutely. Get him in. Say give Kenny
Move
lap of
along.
honour. Say thanks for that. You did well. Got us to a few prelims. We got close. We got good memories. Get Josh Carr in.
And then, Josh Clark can move the magnets around, see what he likes. And then,
Yep.
And then 2026, they could make finals.
Make finals maybe.
And then they could get there, and then they could have a go in the finals again.
Yep. And you know what? Sometimes that breath of fresh air, having like a new voice, a new presence with Josh Carr in, that might be enough to keep someone like Butters there. If Butters can buy into that vision that Josh might set out, because right now I'd imagine the vision's pretty bleak. Like Travie Boak, where's he? I mean, I know he's in his twilight of his career. Ollie Wines is probably in the twilight of his career. He's not a super footballer anymore. They got Ollie Lord down there, down forward, but he's not frightening.
Plus, they lost Houston, which hurts them.
That's a massive loss. I didn't even think about that. Anyway, Power fans, let us know what you think. Is it doom and gloom, or you still got a bit of faith?
Yeah. Highlights. Jack Higgins, second in the Coleman.
Yeah.
And a small forward.
Yeah, that is incredible. He's having some sort of a season. I mean, you would suspect he's, at the moment, it's only 10 rounds in, so it can still change. But I would have him as a lock in the All-Australian side, which is probably a good video to do, is our midway through the year, halfway point of the year, who's in our All-Australian. We can look at that in the next few weeks. But right now, Jack Higgins is a small forward in there.
Mm.
I'm sure there'd be a couple others that you'd consider, but he is a lock.
You could probably consider Hogan again in there.
Yeah, he's having a good season. Yeah, Ben King. But they're key forwards, But
that would be
I agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah.
A small forward would be him there.
There was a statistic I was having a look at that his conversion rate of opportunities to goals is, if it's not the first, it's the second best in the league. Like every time he gets an opportunity, he's at like 70% or something of converting to a goal. Like he's thereabouts. And not only that, he's an assist man as well. He sets up a lot of goals, through either handballs or pinpointing targets to set up his teammates to get goals. So, very, very good season for Jack. Melbourne, they're in the highlight section.
Across past 5.
It brings a lot of joy to share Melbourne in the highlight section, because we've had them under the pump. I think we named an episode earlier on in the season about perhaps is Melbourne going to sack their coach, which was probably a bit cruel and maybe a bit harsh and early, but they were playing awful. But, 4 of their last 5 is awesome. I'd argue some of those games perhaps are against weaker sides.
Brisbane's not. But
not Brisbane, no. And they were really good against Hawthorn for 3 quarters.
Yeah.
But Brisbane on the road, wow, that was some sort of a win. And it was the way they did it too, like real hard contested footy. Petrarca, really good. Rivers, really good as well. Spark, like they had a lot of contributors. Malcolm, fantastic down forward. Lever, hopefully he's not too far away.
Yeah.
So, really exciting for Melbourne fans after we grilled him a little earlier on in the season. You're getting tired. We're keeping you awake. We're keeping him awake. We better press through because he's battling. He's going to give us the old. Who did that? Was that Jack Ginnivan against the Pies last year?
Ginny.
Might have to try and pull that out this week if you get an opportunity. You reckon?
Yeah.
I think you'll probably be in the third quarter. You'll be down forward. That's footy. Under 9s, we'll talk about
that. I'm first quarter.
Nah, you got to start in the guts first quarter.
But I was starting the guts.
Yeah, that's it, in the engine room. So Melbourne, awesome, love it. Next one, mate.
Is it West Coast?
West Coast and North. Yeah, they were just, had to put them in there. Like, they're not playing finals. We all understand that. But super exciting. I mean, what West Coast did to the Saints was pretty impressive. Yeah. The Saints sort of took it up to them. They kept having a crack, coming back with a couple of goals, and then West Coast just bobbed up and got one when they needed it, just to stop that momentum and wrestle it back, and it was really exciting. And then North, to see them hang on. Big Toby Pink taking a genuine, I wouldn't say hanger, but it was a great grab in that last quarter, deep into their defensive end, and was it a match-winning mark? It certainly
was a good mark.
Got the ball back into their hands, and then they were able to, share it around after that. But Really exciting.
Rio.
Freo, yeah. I thought we should put Freo in here because we've been a bit harsh on them. They deserved it though. But that was a massive win against the Giants on the Giants' home deck.
I know.
They maybe they may still have something in the tank this year.
Yeah.
I don't know. We should have a look and see how many home games they've got left this year because
They should. They usually win them home games.
that's right. And if they can, really turn their form around and bank in their, I don't know if they've got 7 games left on their home track, if they can bank those in, and then they only need to win 1 or 2 or 3
they're
away.
Like 5, and what are they? 5 and.
It might be 5 and 5 or 4 and 6. They're thereabouts.
If they have like 7 left, that's a weapon win.
At home, exactly.
Bank in 2
on the road,
like at the
and then you're playing finals.
Yeah, but Collingwood,
probably an away final though, which isn't good.
Collingwood's a side, but they just need to win like 13 of their MCG games, and that's like locked in a final spot.
People talk about now. This is getting a little controversial and probably biased. People talk about Geelong's home ground advantage because we play 9 or 10 games, depending on the season, at Cardinia Park. At Collingwood, what do they play, like 17 games or something at the MCG?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Why do people talk about Geelong's home ground?
Oh, yeah, if you don't support Geelong, you probably think it's a rubbish ground and yada yada, but anyway. Thanks to the state government for pumping in heaps of money and redeveloping it. And the federal government.
But because we've released them out of home games.
I mean, look, I'm sure the Cats senior staff members and stuff would like 11 home games there, and so would us as supporters. But to have 1 or 2 home games at the G and have 70 plus thousand there is a good incentive as well because the clubs are trying to make money. So. Anyway.
So we played a Hawthorn home match against them at MCG.
Yeah, I think so. Sometimes it's a home match against Collingwood at the G, or I think last year we played a home match against Carlton at the G earlier on in the season. Then, like 6 weeks later, we played another one against them, but that was their home game, something like that. But one of those big teams. Yeah, we occasionally 1 or 2 home games a year there, but this is the first year in a long time that we've had 10 home games at Cardinia Park. Mostly because of that redevelopment, the last stage there. So now we've got 40,000 seats or thereabouts. Anyway, what else we got there, mate? Oh, this is the last one.
Dogs. Demolishment.
Yeah, and look, we hope that form doesn't flow into Thursday night and they demolish the Cats. But they were... We touched...
No, we don't want them to demolish the Cats.
No, I know. We don't want that form to...
You just said that.
No, I said we hope that form doesn't continue on to this Thursday night. And that they demolish the Cats. We want their form to run out and Geelong to...
Well, we do want their form to run out.
I'd love to see a real scrappy game.
Like low scoring.
Not too low scoring, not old Ross the Boss St Kilda operation. I want it, maybe like 70, 80, 90 points. Maybe the team that wins gets, hopefully Geelong gets 90-ish points and the team that loses maybe 70 odd. Sort of close, sort of scrappy. Not too scrappy. You want to see high level of skills.
No, you want to see 40 not 20.
Nah,
gosh,
no way. Dogs, awesome, super impressive, as we mentioned there earlier. So, looking ahead to the round this week, Ashy, dream time. That's a massive game. The Cats on Thursday night against the Doggies, huge game.
Hawthorn have to play a big game, don't they? Against.
Yeah, we should have prepared that a bit better. Yeah, I think so. Anyway. We've had technical difficulties this week, so just the one episode, so you'll have to do your own.
No, 2.
We'll get a match vlog out actually.
3. Could be 3.
Thursday.
Definitely 2.
You're going to try and interview some fans of both teams Thursday night too, aren't we?
Yeah.
Pre-game, so we'll see how we go there.
Yeah, but I don't know what we're going to name that.
No, I thought we can't do street talk because that used to be on the Footy show.
Yeah.
And then I thought
Nuffy
talk or something, but maybe someone might get offended. But it's not. It's just a bit of fun. But anyway, we'll suss it out. Maybe Nuffy talk. Yeah, maybe Nuffy talk.
No, but then you could ask them, do you want to be a Nuffy?
On Nuffy talk? Oh, come on. All of us AFL supporters are all a bunch of Nuffies, aren't we? We all one-eyed support ourselves.
I can if I see a Pies one that doesn't want to be in those book, I'll say wow.
Oh no. And then maybe we've been building this up. a match day vlog for the your under nines footy side.
Yeah.
We've been building this up. It hasn't quite worked out. We're seeking a camera man or woman. We need a camera person because I'm coaching. Ashley's out there playing. But maybe this weekend we'll see.
Yeah. And then we might, and I hope we can get a lot of people watching for this. But we might do a live at halftime for Cats Bulldogs.
Hey, and shout out to the subscribers and people that have shared the show and whatever else, because we've reached. You've got to, to have live videos. You've got to reach a certain amount of subscribers to monetize your channel. You've got to reach a certain amount of subscribers and likes or whatever else. Anyway, all this we have reached our 50 people or subscribers, so we can. They were all Ashton's had 49 of. He's made up different accounts, but no, we're joking. No, they're all genuine subscribers. So thank you very much. We can do a live. So yeah, we thought maybe going live half time of the Cats Doggies game, and we can just dissect what we're seeing from the crowd.
We hope we can have a lot of people watching.
Yeah, absolutely. Tune in if you've got time. Thursday night, probably. What'll that be? About 9 o'clock, half time. 20 past 9. It's actually Mitch Duncan's 300th as well.
Wow.
Which is super exciting. That bloke has just been as loyal as the day is long. Super skillful. Two-time premiership player.
I better put 300 in my head.
In your hair?
On my head.
On your head? Yeah, you could. You could get a bit of face paint before the game.
No.
Anyway, guys, I think that'll do us because we've genuinely had some technical difficulties this week, but I think we've
I think we've passed the test.
We've passed it. We've worked it out. Hey, here's a hot tip for everyone. Charge your equipment. Charge your equipment before you use it. Anyway, we will...
And make sure you have enough storage too.
Yeah, storage as well. Yeah, there you go. We just used the phone to film, so storage was a bit full. But, yeah, all right. Well, we'll probably see everyone again in a match day vlog.
It's going to be definitely Cats Bulldogs, and then it would be Yamos maybe next.
Yeah, we hope so. Might pump out a few videos in the next few days, so stay tuned. But thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share it with your friends. Would be awesome. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.